white people, Westerners, they don't grasp this, man. I mean, just from a logistical, practical point of view, you can't just go into an Arab country. First of all, it's not your business. You can't just go into any country, an Arab country, for example, and just remove the government and then from one day to the next implement what you consider to be the best way of life, of governing. I mean, not only is that some white supremacist bullshit that you would assume you know what's best, and these people from the global south need to be taught what is best. Not only is that some white supremacist shit, de facto, I mean, in the simplest, clearest form. But on top of it, this is impractical, it's impossible. Even Europe took thousands of years until you had something like the EU. Now, yes, we can get into the neoliberal shit that the EU has done. Definitely. There are a lot of critiques to be made. But, in terms of world history, Europe is relatively peaceful now. Okay, you can walk from one end of the continent to the other. Not that the UK matters anymore, even though it's not part of mainland Europe. But in principle, we're not bombing the shit out of each other anymore. That's a good thing, right? This didn't happen from one day to the next, did it? You had a few world wars. You had a Cold War. You had a lot of wars before that too. Okay? It took a very long time to get there. And even now, things could go to waste at any minute, right? I'm not just talking strictly about the EU. I'm just saying in general, the European continent is at peace, right? More or less, relatively. And so this idea that you can just barge into, colonize, invade other people's land, disregard their sovereignty, disregard their borders, disregard their culture, disregard their fucking lives, and murder them and bomb them and jail them and torture them. And then on top of it, install military bases and install a puppet government. It's not even, we want to go and bring real democracy and then leave. No. It's democracy with our puppet government, and it's a colony. This is not democracy. This is not working in the best interests of people in the global south. This is terrorism. This is imperialism. Call it for what it is. Do not sugarcoat shit. And by the way, these are, frankly, too soft to describe the horrors that are being committed in the Middle East, in Latin America, in Southeast Asia, that have been committed. This is not new. This has been going on for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Millions and millions of people murdered, enslaved, killed, persecuted by people who think they know better, right? Just look at the Middle East, man. All the way back since the Crusades. 14 Crusades in the name of Christianity. And when they would get to the Middle East, they would kill other Christians in the name of Christianity. And then after the Crusades, 400 years of rule by the Ottomans. And then after that, the French and the British, carving up countries as they see fit. And then after that comes the Zionist occupation. And we're still not done. Bombing Libya, bombing Syria, bombing Yemen, destroying the entire goddamn continent, the entire Middle East. Setting it on fire. This is enslavement. This is oppression. Pure and simple. So we're not fooled by this nonsense rhetoric, this white man's bullshit. Okay? I know these games. I know how these people think. Okay? They really believe this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know people like that. I had the misfortune of going to school with people like that. I'm not kidding. Who would say shit like, oh, well, colonialism was good because if the French weren't in Algeria, then there would have been a famine. What? Believe me, you got to practice some real restraint not to fucking slap people sometimes. To this day, people who think like that. And believe me, they don't stop there. They go on to work in international organizations, drafting and crafting policy that screws over these very same countries, maintaining that power dynamic, maintaining that neo-colonial relationship, maintaining this oppressive mentality towards people in the global south. It's fucking terrifying. It really is.